Hey guys, good morning. Welcome back to another episode of the Daily Grind. This is episode number 5. And as per usual, I'm about to get everything ready to go milk autumn and see those girls this morning. So if you ever see me in the morning chugging this is actually coffee. So my wife makes a pot of coffee every day, and whatever we don't drink, I just get her to dump it into a cup like this for me. And it's cold coffee that I can drink the next day in the morning whenever I don't have time to sit down and enjoy a hot cup. Can at least get my caffeine. So that's what I'm always drinking out of this. There it is. Well, I'm heading out to milk the cow, and I heard Pippa over there with the sheep. I heard her barking. So I think I'm just gonna go ahead and milk the cow, but I will go and check on her and the sheep right after I'm done. I'm sure she's fine. If she's barking, she's doing her job. And she does have that electric fence to help her defend those sheep. I know it's supposed to keep the sheep and her in, but it also does a good job of keeping other animals out. So good morning, ladies. You're waiting on me this morning, aren't you? Hey girls. What's going on, Hazel? Just waiting on you, slowpoke. Ready to eat? Girls. Good morning. I haven't put anything in there yet, but y'all just rush on in. There you go. There you go. Maple's like, let me out of here. Too many humans. Alright, just finished milking Autumn. Wanted to throw some words of wisdom in there now. I'm not a wise man. Not an old man, not an old wise man. But I just wanted to talk about, well, what I was thinking, what got me thinking about this is I was thinking about yesterday how we broke the yoke on one of our wheels on our finish mower, and whenever we did, we brought it inside, welded it up, and 20 minutes later I'm back to mowing again. Most people would either be out for days waiting for a new one to come in, or they would pay someone also to re-weld this thing up for them, but we didn't. You don't make money that way, and you don't do things on time that way. So what I wanted to talk about was DIY, doing things yourself. I was not raised on a farm. I was not raised by a construction worker. I was not raised by an electrician. I was not raised by a plumber. But we do all those things. We do all those things ourselves. And this day and age, I firmly believe that with YouTube and internet articles and libraries, Amazon books, you can do anything you want. Anything, a situation comes up, especially if it comes up ahead of time and you know there's going to be something you need to work on that you've never done before, buy a book, watch a YouTube video, read some articles, learn to do it yourself. A lot of times, depending on the job, for the price or for nearly the price of what it would cost you to pay someone to do this job for you, you could buy a book or simply find free articles or read something online and watch YouTube videos on how to do it yourself, and then go buy the tools to do the job yourself. And then what that will allow you to do is do that exact job in the future yourself. Now you have the knowledge base and you have the tools to do that job yourself. So when it comes to something, for instance, like welding, yep, a long time ago, whenever I needed something welded, I could have paid someone to do it. I could have just bought the new part. But instead, I learned from my father-in-law, Jerry Rodas, there's your shout out, learned from him how to weld and bought my own welding machine. And now when things come up and they need fixing, I fix it myself. That man, Jerry Rodas, met him whenever I met my wife, whenever I was 15 years old, and he is the epitome of DIY. I've never seen him, I can't recall ever seeing him pay someone else to do any labor for him. Yeah, not that I can think of. He does everything himself, and that was such an inspiration and a kick in the pants for me at such a young age to, you need to start watching this guy, you need to start learning from him, because that's the type of man that this girl is used to looking up to. And I wanted to be that man for her after we got married. So obviously there's lots of learning I've done on my own, lots of experience from working offshore, learned tons out there. But that man has taught me so much that allows me to have the confidence to do all the things that I do here myself and save so much time and save so much money. I mean, imagine if something electrically goes wrong in your house. Breaker trips, you need a new breaker. Outlets get messed up, you need a new outlet. Something that could potentially cost you hundreds of dollars, days and weeks of time, leaky pipe, whatever the case may be, you can fix it that day yourself by going to the hardware store and getting some parts, you know. Anyway, there's a lot more I could say about that, but I just wanted to throw those words of wisdom in there. At least I think they're wisdom. You can do anything yourself if you just put your mind to it. And I know how cliche that sounded coming out, but you get what I'm talking about. So something else we do ourselves around here is because we live outside the city limits, and also mainly because of our wedding venue, we really need a dumpster on our property. Problem is, all the quotes are something like $140, $150 a month, and that's not including the first payment, which is the purchase of the dumpster. But for the most part, the minimum fee that you pay at the dump, which is usually all I pay, except for weddings that have lots of beer bottles and things, that fee is only $10 for me to bring my own trash. So I bought a cheap trailer, keep a tarp over it, which doesn't always work all that great, but keeps most of the critters out. I bought a cheap trailer, and usually once a week I go and dump the trash, which at $10 a load, it's $40 a month rather than $150. So it's a lot better for us. Yeah, so there's also times where, you know, slow seasons, we don't even have weddings, or at least not very many. And whenever that's the case, we can sometimes go 2-3 weeks storing trash in this trailer. As long as I keep it covered and keep the critters out, it's no problem. And then you're talking $10 for 2 to 3 weeks of trash, rather than $10 for 1 week of trash. So it's even less money you have to pay that month. Hey Asher, where are we going?
Dump trash.
Going to dump trash? Are you gonna help me? Yeah, you gonna help me?
Yeah.
What do? We take the trash, and where do we throw it? We throw it in the big hole? Oh man. Hey, what type of tractors do you see there?
2, 1.
You see 1?
2,
What kind of tractor is it?
2.
Not sure what he's saying there. Normally his answer is backhoe. Good time-saving tip. Remember to bring your wallet with you so you don't have to turn around after you're a few miles up the road. What is this? Is this a toy? Are we going to get you that?
Yeah.
You think we'll get you that? Is that going to be fun to play with in the dirt?
Yeah. See some dirt with
Oh boy. Can you say thank you?
you?
Oh boy. Hey, give the camera a high five.
Down.
That one's my fault. I saw it. I couldn't pass it up. What are you going to do with that?
Dig with it?
You going to play with it? Are you going to carry it?
Yeah.
Are you strong enough to carry that? Oh man, you are so strong. Where are you going to play with it at?
Tractor?
By your tractors? Are you going to play with it in the mud?
Yeah.
Oh boy, what do you have to do after it gets really muddy?
That pull me out.
Yeah, Dad's gonna have to pull you out if you get stuck. Oh boy, that should be some fun, huh? Mama's probably gonna be mad at me.
I'm going to raise it down.
You gonna raise it down? That thing's so big, huh? Hello! All right. just leaving the weigh station, heading over to the dump area. It's that big old tin building right there. That's where the trash trailers pull into, and then we all pull up to that big trash trailer and dump our stuff into it. Not as bad as it sounds. It does stink though. Asher just loves coming here with me for some reason, so the hardest part of this job is making sure he doesn't pick up filthy, nasty stuff off the ground while I'm trying to dump the trash. So I usually let him help me a lot to try to keep him occupied. At least if he's touching some trash, it's our trash.
Our turn.
I think it is our turn. Yep, they're waving us in. You ready? You ready to help?
Yeah.
Ooh-wee. Smells mighty nice out here. Sarcasm. You ready?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, got your glove on.
Oh, I do need to get my gloves on. That's right. All right, dude. Go throw that in. Oh, you're such a big boy. Good job. Go throw it in the big hole. Good job, dude. All right, come back over here. There you go. You can get that. You can throw that in. All right, throw all that in. Good job. You got it?
I got it in.
Yeah, go ahead. Be real careful. All right, throw the bag. Throw the bag too. Good job. Come get something else. Good job. That's good enough. Come get something else. Here you go. There you go. The worst part is whenever critters get in here. Uh-oh. Let Daddy throw that one. That's nasty. Critters get in here. They'll come and open up these bags. And, hold on, baby. And then we get maggots. Nasty. But saves a bunch of money, doesn't it? Good job. Didn't have an awful lot of trash today. But with the wedding coming up Sunday, I needed to go ahead and empty this trash over. No, no, no. Don't go in there. You could fall in there. All right, dude. Did we finish? I think we're done.
And then one more.
One more? Nope. That's all of it. Give me a high five.
Just one more.
I don't see any more. Can you give the camera a high five? All right. All right. Now we just gotta pay the lady after we weigh our trailer again. Yeah, so basically how it works, it all runs off a weight. You come in, weigh yourself, she buzzes you through, and then after you unload things off your trailer, you re-weigh yourself, and she tears the new weight and decides how much weight you threw into their trash trailer, and that determines how much money you owe them. Yeah, there is a minimum payment of $10, and usually, like I said earlier, except for weddings where they use glass bottles for beer and wine, usually I only owe them the minimum fee. A minimum fee goes up to a certain weight. I don't remember what it is, but I rarely go over it.
Hey guys, so I actually am gonna do a little cleaning today in our bridal suite. My mom let me borrow her Bissell, it's like a Bissell Revolution deep clean. It's for like carpet, but my mom's also used it on upholstery and rugs. So I'm gonna try to get this couch clean because the last bride and bridesmaids that were in here left it a mess. And so I gotta clean it up, and I'm gonna try to get the rug. This is the first time I've ever used this. I'm also using this OxyClean formula. It's for carpet, but they said it should work for upholstery too when I looked it up online. Cody brought little man to dump the trash this morning, so just trying to get a little bit done in the venue for our wedding this weekend. All right, I got this hose hooked up to it, ready to go. There's the power button. So I finished the couch, also did the 2 ottomans, did the pillows as well, and the rug. It's all got to dry, but it already looks a lot better. Yay!
All right, dude, here it is. What you think of that? You like your new toy? You like your new toy? Wow, is that thing big? Oh boy. Whoa, you're so strong. Wow. All right, I'm heading out here by myself just to see how these sheep are doing. Oh, we got 7 of them eating over there on the hilltop. Pippa and the rest of them are chilling underneath the tree. Let's go see how they're doing. Oh, Pippa is a jumper. She likes to jump on you as soon as you get out here, which it doesn't bother me all that much, but I'm trying to keep her from doing it because it definitely is a problem with Asher and with Jesse, because those claws are the first thing to touch you, and they just hurt, to be honest. Hey girls, I'm just chilling. Well, all 12 of the girls are still out here. They're all so sweet. I'm a little shocked. I'm happy, but I'm shocked. I assumed that the water in this tub, of course it is shaded most of the day till the last about 3 or 4 hours a day. But I'm a little shocked that water stays pretty ice cold. That's great. What I'm thinking is, just like with the cows, whenever I'm going to start running some temporary paddocks out here, and what I would like to do is have from this fence line out about I would say maybe 20 feet, 30 feet at the most. I'll run parallel with the fence line another fence, and basically that'll be a lane for me to drive in, but when it approaches this area it'll open up a little bit and encompass this entire area up against this east fence line. And all of the paddocks that I do out here, I would like them to ultimately tap into this commons area, which is what it'll be. And so basically I can make it to where the water source and the food for Pippa will always be in this one location. And if that's the case, then I'll move the water source and the food a little bit closer to the shade than it is right now. The way I have it set up right now, I was trying to keep it out of the way of the shade so that I didn't know how much room they would need to actually be able to access the shaded portion of their paddock. But they seem pretty interested in me right now. They're really close. Yeah, they are really close to me. They're getting so close. When Asher's not out here, you know, I'm a whole lot more calm than he is. They seem to be a little more interested. I'm about 12 feet from them right now, and I'm just standing here and they keep looking at me like, And they were on top of the hill eating. They're just hanging out by the water trough. Hey girls. Let's see what they do when I kneel down. Pippa's relaxed. I think whenever Pippa's relaxed, they're a whole lot more relaxed. Look at them. She is kind of walking towards me. I wonder if they're gonna come over here. That would be cool. Hey. I really probably should have went and got that bucket. I just bought a bucket today. Stainless steel bucket. I can bring some food out here for them every now and again and try to get them used to the sound of that bucket with the food in it shaking, and maybe get them to eventually come to me. Wow, this is the closest I've been to them so far. This one here is super curious. She's about 9 feet from me, 8 feet, really close. Hey. Come here, girl. Oh, Pippa's looking a little jealous. I started trying to call the sheep over and she got up like, you better love on me. Hope this isn't boring to you guys. To me, this is pretty awesome. They're looking super interested in me right now. It's probably more footage than you want to see of these sheep. I'm just watching them. This is the closest I've gotten to get to our sheep yet. They're all white sheep, but there are 2 of them that are really white. You can see that she stands out a pretty good bit. And this one over here, that one laying down is the one that I picked out last. I can tell because she's the whitest one here. I went straight for her. She's the whitest one and had a good sized belly on her. Picked her out myself. You're doing a good job, girl. All these girls are still here, so you're doing good. Let's see what they do when I stand up. Well, she's still laying there. Y'all look relaxed. Just doing a little test, walking around real slow. Seeing how they react. It's really cool. Well, they moved away, but they didn't run away, which is good. So I think they would be interested in the feed, because where I was just standing, they walked over there and started sniffing the ground like they're looking for what what they thought I was feeding Pippa. Wasn't feeding her anything, just loving on her. You know there's shade to lay in, right? So these are the types of things you have to look for with any fence, but especially electric fence. Last storm we had must have blown this down a little bit. Let's go ahead and get this off the fence. Well, that was a really good experience with the sheep. They were extremely calm the whole time I was out there. They didn't run from me at all. If anything, I was petting Pippa. And I think next time I go out there, I'm gonna bring a bucket of feed, because I was petting Pippa and they all came up like, that's interesting, you know. They got within 8 feet of me at one time. And I stood up and kind of walked real slow, and they shifted and made their way to the shade and just hung out there. The rest of the time I was out there talking on the phone, walking around. I think that was a good time with the sheep. You know, do that quite often, and eventually they'll be used to me. I'd love to get them to where, which you don't need this, this isn't a petting zoo, but I'd love to get them to where they would come up and at least hang out right around you. Bringing some feed out there or something, shaking a bucket, and they come running. That'd be great for 2 reasons. One, my kid Asher might finally get to be really close and pet them one day. And 2, if they ever do get out, I was talking to Jan Judy earlier, and she was talking about how they had a flock of 300 sheep that all got out of their paddock a while back, and 2 of the sheep that they had received from another farm were trained to come to the feed bucket, and they put some rocks and some acorns in a bucket and started shaking it, and those 2 sheep came running to the bucket, and all 300 sheep followed them back to the proper paddock so they could put their fence back up. Pretty cool story. Yeah, that'd be pretty useful.
So this is one of my favorite times of the day. I get to spend about 15-20 minutes on the couch with my little boy, putting him to sleep for his nap. And it's a time where once he falls asleep, I can pray over him and just flood him with love and words of encouragement. Just a mom moment in my day that's worth sharing.
Always working on random things around here. One quick thing I'm trying to do while I have a minute. I need to be able to use this mic with my CNC machine computer. Not for CNC work, but I need it to be able to record me through this Adobe software I have on here for the song that we'll be recording for a video coming up. And anyway, my mic stand is actually at the church, because I help lead worship at our church, and got my mic there with all my equipment on it. And basically what I'm going to do is make it to where this mic can mount to my desktop here and swivel in and out of the way. And eventually the style of mounting that I'm going to come up with, I'll be able to weld different attachments and stuff, because turns out that is just 3/8 bolt thread. Didn't know that. Yep, didn't know that. But being it is 3/8 bolt thread, I don't throw away any bolts. So I have lots of different lengths of 3/8 bolt thread. And I don't even have to weld anything. All I'm going to do is use this gate catch here and drill a hole right there. I already started it. And then I'm going to mount it to the desk, and then put a piece of all thread or a bolt through the bottom of this and a nut on both sides, and that'll allow me to screw my mic to it. Should be a fun little project. smoother if I just stuck it in my drill press. But I was just being lazy. Well, just like that, we have us a mic stand. Haven't gotten to use it at all yet, obviously, just built it, but I put it at a height that seems right for my mouth. For the guitar, I might have to weld up some other type of fitting that would work on it. But guess what? This is just 3/8 thread. I've got tons of 3/8 bolts, tons of 3/8 nuts, tons of washers, scrap metal. Make it yourself, guys. Customize it however you want. Sure, it's more rewarding that way. And this was just something goofy and simple. Still rewarding, as simple as it is. All right, I lied. I'm not done just yet. I was sitting there looking at the mic stand I just made and figured out a super simple attachment to make it to where I can drop it down really quickly so that I can sit down and play guitar and still record. All I'm going to do is use this 3/8 bolt and this oversized nut that will slide right over the 3/8 bolt. And I'll show you how that works here in a second, how it's going to be beneficial to me. So a lot of things that I do whenever I'm welding is something that I think of really quick and I want to get the job done. Utilitarian use. And I don't always, some projects that I want to look good, I'll take my time. Measure things out, make sure everything's perfect, make sure my settings on the machine are perfect, get perfect beads. This wasn't one of those. Literally the amount of time it took to make this video, the amount of time that passes in the video is how much thought I put into this. It's just something I want to use right now, so I just threw it together real quick, but I'll show you how it's used. Alright, so assuming my idea works here, I'm going to slide this contraption I just welded up onto here first. this other 3/8 nut on super smoothly like I just did. And this one actually can be tightened down. Honestly, I should probably just weld it, to be honest. Yeah, I'll just use the nut, just in case I need to adjust it later. But I will snug it down. Honestly, that's tight enough. Finger tight, must be good enough for this. All right, and then put another nut on. This will be my adjustment nut that I was using earlier. Washer. Run it up through here, put your top nut on. Now, I have a spot to mount the mic for me recording into my mouth. And this one should allow me to oh man, it's just working too good. Love when things work out. Oh boy, look at that. And that's nice and low so that I can sit back here and record with my guitar. This thing is ugly as all get out, but look at that, it works. And we made it ourselves. Bringing ideas in your head into reality.